Well, welcome back to my channel, and today I am filming my 1 year anniversary of being a homeowner. And I've been waiting to film this because it's my 1 year anniversary of being on my own and being a homeowner. So yeah, I can't believe it's been a year. I moved in January 8th or 9th. I moved in January 8th or 9th, can't remember, put the date on somewhere, of 2022. And like, I don't know what's going on, like time is flying and it's scary, crazy, and I mean, I feel like it wasn't that long ago. I feel like it was a few months ago, but literally all 4 seasons happened. I lived in here all 4 seasons. Moved in the winter time, spring, summer, fall, winter again, and yeah, and here we are. I did write some things down of what I wanted to talk about, but I don't know where it is, and I'll just kind of wing it as far as what I've learned as being a first time homeowner and all of that, and just my first time being on my own as a single woman. I never moved out when I was younger completely on my own. I lived at home until I was 26, lived with my boyfriend at the time, my son's dad, for a few years, and then we broke up and I moved back home for a few years. And last year I finally moved out of my parents' house. So I have videos of my journey, the timeline of all of that if you're interested. And yeah, no need to go over that, my journey. And well, I'll go over my journey, but just that whole thing of how I got to here, the present day. I have other videos on that. So yeah, basically being a homeowner is a lot. And the do's, I would say a do is saving, saving, saving. And I know it's like, well, duh, you gotta have a cushion. No, I mean, really have a cushion, because you don't know how much things are or how much you're gonna need until you actually move in. I didn't move in right away. Since I got my keys in December of 21, I didn't move in till the next month because I wanted paint and floors. Now, if it wasn't for my generous father that gifted me that, the whole inside, new paint, and carpet and floors. To keep in mind, or for reference, my condo townhome is 1,000 square feet, but I have high ceilings. 2,000 square foot home, no. However, that was very generous because things are not cheap these days, you know? So there's that. There's any renovations. I consider that a renovation. Now, for me, I was not trying to move in here with these. So I was not trying to move in with this nasty, disgusting carpet. If I still have video, I can put it in here. But if not, it was so gross. Like, this is 2 levels. It's like a split level. Like, the kitchen, living room, and my room are on the 2nd floor, and then my son's room and the garage is on the lower room. So there's 2 like mini flights of stairs, and the fact that there's carpet just irks me. Like, I cannot. So yeah, so there's that. If you wanted to do something like that, you need money. When I did everything, like, okay, so again, there's videos of detail of how much, well, not how much, but I have other videos detailing like the process and whatnot, if you're interested. So basically, I put a lot of my money, like pretty much all of, not all my savings, but wasn't much cushion left after I put, the down payment on, because I needed a hefty down payment because of the ridiculous HOA. So not only needing savings for renovations, there are things that can go wrong. So this is what happened for me. So yes, you have a home inspection, need money for that, but home inspection is, prior to, having your keys and all of that. That's done when you're doing the process and, qualifying and all that jazz. So I use the seller's home inspector, which a don't. No particular order of do's and don'ts, just go with me or follow me here. So you need a home inspection when you're buying, of course, to see if anything's wrong and all of that. So I inherited some not so good plumbing. So within like the first month, I had to come out with a plumber coming out twice in a month's time. Not even a month, barely a month, like weeks time. I was pissed because I feel like that should have been disclosed, being that I had to replace a toilet when I moved in my son's room, which is the lower level, because there was, shit backed up. I mean, not literal shit, but, like actual, anyway. So that was a plumbing issue. Now is to do your research before you call anyone. Yes, it was emergent. Yes, plumbing is a serious thing to fix and shouldn't take your sweet time on, because long story short, I have PTSD, I'm sorry. Long story short, there was a leak going into my son's bathroom. Like he's on the lower level, on the top. It was getting backed up. It was pushing stuff up from his toilet, and it like flooded. It was such a hot mess, because the plumber that came up twice did not was lazy and didn't fully snake his toilet. They did it from the driveway. It's a whole thing. I don't want to get into details, but I could have used a different company. What ended up happening is that I ended up using a neighbor's professional snake, and it worked out. This is the third time after used him, called him, already having to call the plumber twice. So it sent me back because I used a known company, which I would go local because they're not going to overcharge, and they're not going to overcharge, and they're going to do a better job than these. Local company is going to do a better job typically than these stupid big name companies that hire idiots because they're paying them less and just not doing a good job. And almost a year later, knock on some wood, because I can't deal with any more of that happening again, but it's pretty safe to say that after contacting my neighbor, who's been really great, he's helped me with other things since I moved. It's been pretty good. No need to call a plumber for that reason, because I finally had to really look at other options to save money. That's a do. Always research and find other ways before you call or do anything to call or do anything that requires like a serious job that can cost you hundreds or even thousands of dollars. After that plumbing fiasco, and pretty much when I moved in, everything was smooth for the most part. Nothing too costly. Since then, I've utilized my neighbors for any help. They live directly across from me. I have exchange numbers, so that's to do. Make friends with your neighbors, because they will tell you everything you need to know about the neighborhood, and just like they say in the Bible, love thy neighbor. Like, they really are there to help you. Some of them. There are good people in this world, thank God. I know it's hard to say or to believe with the state of the world right now, but there are some good people that generally want to help you and are there for you and will be there for you if you're in need. And I told him, like, if I'm in any need, like, please let me know, like, because he helped me a lot with that. So also finding a handyman, because a handyman is just good to have. I am a single woman, so typically I'm usually with somebody that, or I've been with people in the past that were handy. around the house. So being that I don't have that luxury, have or find somebody that's handy, because again, somebody local just to fix stuff. Like I had a leaky sink, what else? I had to patch a hole, like, and he doesn't cost that much. Like he, luckily, like it's his like side hustle, so he doesn't charge a lot. So find someone that can do that, because again, you don't want to go with these big companies that charge you arm and a leg, and you'll end up having to use them in the near future because they don't know what the F they're doing sometimes. So unfortunately, with that and some other things, I was set back financially. And because I didn't have the right nest egg or cushion of savings, because I literally used most of it, if not, I don't want to say all of it, I used most of it to buy this place, that really set me back and put me into debt. And I kind of went over this in my last video of how I hate debt, because moving here I got into a debt. Nothing serious, nothing like so drastic. Like there was some debt before I came into this house, but then it accumulated just from just being so quick to do that when I could have just paid some things late. I thought I needed to pay some things like right now when they could have waited, maybe a penalty, like a fee, or maybe a hit in my credit score, but it would have been more worth it than me just keep going over my credit cards, and well, not cards, just one credit card, and then personal loans. Like, oh my god, I never want to get another freaking loan again. Like they are like the devil, like I swear to god, because now that I have all these bills. So of course I calculated everything prior to moving here, when everything was said and done, when I knew the amount of my mortgage and HOA. However, like I wasn't paying for cable and all this other extra stuff, and food and PG&E and water, and yeah, unfortunately my HOA doesn't cover shit. So another thing I would consider moving forward, the next property, is I am not doing an HOA. Not to get sidetracked, moving on. Going back to the loans. So the loans are a real killer for me. You need all of your money from month to month, and having less money because you're paying back something from months ago is like the worst. I will never go back. I learned so much with this process of budgeting and really paying attention to what I spend. And I watched all of the saving and budgeting videos, and for some stupid reason I still can't follow it. Like I only have one job, which I want to change in this year. I need or want a side hustle to supplement money. Again, that's a whole nother video. However, I feel like once I am caught up with like the stupid unnecessary debt, it should be easier for me, because like it's hard to budget because I always come up short, because the number one issue is income, and you can't save your way into wealth, and you can only cut back so much, you know what I mean? So yes, things will get better. Budgeting will be easier once I have the correct amount, because when I initially moved in here I didn't have these debts or personal loans. So you know, I can give myself grace at least when everything is paid off, because I can truly make a budget with the one income that I do have, because it will be for real of like what I actually take home, and not having to owe a credit union or my 401k and all of that. So do I regret doing this? Absolutely not. It's never been so bad to where like I've been late on my mortgage and all of that. I can afford everything. It's just really paying attention to your expenses. It's not rushing into just calling whoever to have something done, because if you do your research and just take an extra like deep breath and maybe an extra day to like figure out who you can call. Taking the time just to call somebody that knows somebody to help you, because it makes the absolute world of difference once you do. Like, I learned the hard way, unfortunately. Like, I don't know, I'm just impatient, and I just, just get excited and feel like everything's emergent. Like, now that I've been through that, like, I just feel better moving forward. Kind of what to expect the unexpected, so to speak. And I feel like it will be like a lot smoother moving forward, because I've, again, like, and I feel like I learn my lessons the hard way when it comes to money. Like, I just do. Unfortunately, I learned the hard way financially, and maybe that's a good thing, I guess, because it'll really teach me to learn my lesson, I guess, because it's hitting my pockets. So being that I learned so much about myself, being in this space, coming into my own as a woman, like, really feeling like a real adult, as silly as that seems, because I'm 36. I've been an adult for a long time, but it really, like, it just, I don't know, you're just forced into, growing up, not having to depend on anyone. But it's funny because, like, my parents, like, live 10 minutes down the road, so um so I always have their support. So I really feel blessed and thankful that I always have support, not only from my family, but from friends and now neighbors. Like, I just feel so blessed, and I thank God every day, because not everyone is allowed to be in this position. Like, a lot of times I just think I'm just laying in my own space. I'm like, wow, God, like, you really did that. Like, I really did that. Like, not too long ago, I was at home in my, in my old bedroom. Like, I took over my dad's office, and I just knew one day I would be in this space, and like, I just gives me chills, and brings me to tears, because a lot of people would kill for this and want this so bad, and I'm able to, live this dream of not just homeowning, but just being in my space, being able to afford this. And a lot of people can afford it. It's just that it's a lot. Like, this process is a lot. Like, the hard part, I tell anyone, is coming up with a down payment, because you really need to save a lot of money. And that is really the hard part. If you're already on your own, if you don't have much like left over, it would take you forever. And I always say I'm so blessed to have the help that I did by living at home, where I paid like little to nothing to really stack up. But lesson or tip for any of you watching, it's just, you need to, focus like your priorities. Like, I work with people that make the same amount of money as me. They could easily buy, but the ones that say they want to buy, they're prioritizing going on trips, vacations, spending their money however they want. It's none of my business. Am I judging? No. But you really need to prioritize and sacrifice what you truly want. I had laser focus. I made plenty of videos about this. And if you really want something, God will make it happen for you, because God sees that you are focused, you sacrifice, and you take the steps to get to where you need to go. And I said it time and time again, like, you can manifest anything through work, and you can manifest anything with God, and putting in the work. And I did. So with that, moving forward in 2023, yes, there are things that I want to do to this house. Like, I haven't done a tour. Maybe, in the next few videos I will. The kitchen, oh my God, I want the kitchen to be done, but it can wait, because all I really want is to paint in new countertops. But right now it's functioning. These past few years have been a lot with saving and moving. So my camera rudely died. 2 batteries went out. So yeah. try to film with my Sony, and that's what happens. I should have used my phone. But anywho, I was saying that I want to do some work to my kitchen, but that can wait in 2023. Being that I sacrificed so much, I want to prioritize traveling and meeting a partner, possibly. I was just so wrapped up in this house and dealing with, living on my own and being a new homeowner. Like, it was a lot, and I feel like I didn't really experience a lot of things in 22. It was a really learning curve, and I am so grateful. But that's out the way. I want to return to being back. So yes, I want to live life. Like, I, of course, been living life, but like I said, I've been wrapped up with being a new homeowner. All my expenses went to fixing stuff, debt. That's all gonna be gone. Well, the debt part in the spring at the very latest. And yeah, I am so ready for this year. I know there's gonna be new challenges as to life. However, I am really excited to put experiences again. I feel so blessed to be in my own space, and I've enjoyed this past year, really just soaking it all in and learning and growing. And I'm just ready for the next thing, and that's to travel and meet new people. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.